Good morning. It is November 4th, 2021. Sorry, no, December 4th. Going back a month. December 4th, 2021. It is about 5:45 in the morning. Um Today we're talking about giving into temptation. Um so we're in Genesis chapter 3, if you remember. We are going to be going over Genesis chapter 3, verse 6 through Genesis chapter 3, verse 7. There are only two verses, but it's a big impact for two verses. So I'm going to read it. In my Bible, it says, it's a caption, and it says, "Man and woman rebel against the Creator." So let's read it. The woman was convinced. She saw that the tree was beautiful and its fruit looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it gave her. She took some fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it too. At that moment, their eyes were open. They suddenly felt shame at their nakedness, so they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. Isn't that the truth? When we give into temptation, when we give into what the enemy convinces us of, we instantly feel shame. And it may not be completely instant, but we do feel that shame. We sit there, whether it's the morning after or whenever, and we go, what did we do? And we try to hide. Before this, Adam and Eve were naked. They were completely naked, but they didn't feel weird about it. They didn't feel shame about it. But the minute they ate of the fruit, the minute they gave into that temptation, they realized that they were naked. They were vulnerable, and they tried to cover up. They tried to hide the thing that makes them vulnerable. And the enemy loves when we give into temptation. He sits there and he thrives on it. And when Adam and Eve decided to give into that temptation because they wanted to know more about how it feels to be like God, they realized that they were naked. They were vulnerable. They were out there, and they made the fig leaves to hide their bodies, to hide their shame. The other thing is that the enemy makes temptation look wonderful. He makes it look as though it is beautiful. It says that Eve realized just how beautiful the tree was. Before then, she didn't see it. Before then, it was just there. But the enemy pointed it out like a spotlight. Look how beautiful it is. Look how delicious the fruit looks. Look, look what wisdom you can get. And that wasn't what happened. What happened was their eyes were open to the fact that they were naked, and instead of feeling wisdom and feeling happy, they felt shame and regret, and they felt scared, and all these feelings that we get when we give into that temptation. I'll be honest with you, I struggle with spending money. I struggle with buying things. I struggle with feeling like I don't have enough. And sometimes I give into that temptation of, oh, I gotta stock up. Oh, I've gotta buy everything because then I know that I have it, instead of relying on God to give it to me, to give me what I really need. Adam and Eve had that whole garden to eat from. That whole garden of fruit and plants and whatever they needed to eat, it was there. It was at their disposal, but they wanted that one thing. They wanted that temptation because the enemy came in and he put it in their heads that that's what they really need. And in giving into that temptation, in giving into what they thought they needed and not relying on God to give them what they actually needed, shame and guilt and vulnerability came into the world. And we still deal with that today, because I know for me, when I spend too much or I don't rely on God to give me what I need, I realize that it doesn't make me feel protected. It doesn't make me feel comforted. It doesn't make me feel what I think it's going to make me feel. It doesn't make me feel secure. It makes me feel horrible. It makes me go, why did I do that? So I want to ask you what it is that you struggle with. And whatever it is, whether it's an addiction or it's something else, what is the lie you're believing? And I know that's kind of hard at first to pinpoint, but I'm going to try to help you through that. The lie that I believe when I feel like I have to shop and buy all these provisions and all that stuff is that if I don't have it, I won't be secure. So when you figure out the lie, and pray about it, ask God to reveal the lie to you. When you figure out that lie, then you can ask God to help you find the truth. The truth is God will provide for me. I don't need to do all this stuff. He will provide it when I need it. What is the truth of your situation? Where is it that God is saying, rely on me? Trust in me. And also give it to Him. Say, God, I can't handle this. I can't do this on my own. Give it to Him. And truly, honestly, let Him know and tell Him about it. And I know slowly He will help you. He will help you figure out a better way. So that's my question to you, is what is the lie and what is the truth? And how can you rely on God to remember the truth when you're faced with the lie that the enemy is going to tell you? I hope that you guys have a wonderful Saturday. And I hope that you find hope today in the fact that God is there. God wants you to turn to Him and tell Him the lie. Say, the enemy is telling me this and I know it's not true. Help me see the truth. And He will reveal it to you. Adam and Eve didn't rely on God. They didn't tell God about the serpent and about the temptation and about the lie that He's telling them. So can you tell God the lie and be open to Him answering you? I hope, again, that you guys have a wonderful Saturday. See you tomorrow. Bye.